It's your boy Sid Linus. Check it, check. What up, y'all? It's your boy Sid Linus checking in once again. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. This is the Virtue.News Sports Show. You know, every week we come in with the recaps and previews. Today, this is the NFL Week 4 preview. We're already at Week 4 in the NFL. We're going to be talking about Jaxson Dart getting his first start up in New York. We're going to be talking about Jerry Jones and some choices he is making about the return of Micah Parsons to Dallas. We're going to always talk about our 6 games of the week, and then we're going to get into our top 5 power rankings of the week, which are teams. You know, when we do the recaps, we always do the MVPs, the top 5 MVPs, and then through week 4, we're going to do the top 5 power rankings. So we're going to go ahead and get into the show. We always record this show on Tuesdays and Thursdays on the Fanbase app Audio Room. So make sure that you download the Fanbase app. Make sure that you create a profile and join the Virtue.News Sports camp so that, or follow at Cedlinus, CEDLINUS, so that you are alerted when we go live and we do a recording and you are able to actually put your 2 cents in on our episodes. And then also make sure that you go on to Virtue.News, the website, the online publication, which is have the greatest updates, and it's the greatest publication right now in America, Virtue.News. All right, so let's go ahead and start talking about a few of these games. All right, so we got the Seattle Seahawks are going to be playing against the Arizona Cardinals. And that game is happening tonight. And this should be a very interesting game because both of these teams are 2-1. And both of these teams are not only 2-1, but both of these teams have lost to the San Francisco 49ers. So this is a great divisional game. Now, these are the games that both of these teams really want to get. And the reason why I say that is because this will stake the claim of who are the top few teams in the NFC West. Now, you know, you have the Rams who are 2-1 as well. And then you have the 49ers who are 3-0. And you got Seattle and Arizona who are both 2-1. So this is going to separate. This is going to see who can make the best case for who's going to fight for being in the top half of the NFC West and who's going to be in the bottom half. You know what I'm saying? Hoping that the NFC West can get 2 teams in the playoffs. It could be one of these teams. So there's going to be a separation. Like I said, both of these teams lost to the 49ers. So we are going to see what's going to happen. Now, Sam Darnold and Kyler Murray are both playing very decent football. They're not playing great. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not playing, not MVP caliber. Nothing's jumping off the screen, but they are both playing decent football. And so, do I think Seattle has more weapons? Yeah, I do. And I think both of these teams have pretty good defenses. So if I had to pick about who I thought was going to win this game on Thursday night Prime Video, I am going to go with Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. And the only reason why I'm doing that is because I still believe in the explosiveness of Kyler Murray. Probably to a fault. But I do believe in how explosive he can become in a game, and how he can change a game around. Sam Darnold, I just think there's a ceiling with him as your quarterback. So I am going to go with the Arizona Cardinals this week over the Seattle Seahawks, and plus Arizona is at home. Heading into the next game we're going to talk about is the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, this is the opposite. These are 2 quarterbacks who are in the top 5 MVP race on Virtue.News Sports. two quarterbacks. Now we got Baker Mayfield as questionable, but Baker Mayfield is not going to miss a game like this. And so you have one kid in Baker Mayfield who has really good stats right now. Then you have Jalen Hurts, whose stats doesn't jump off the page, but he can truly control the game that is being played. In this game, I am going to go with the Eagles once again, and that was a hard choice. But the reason why I'm doing that is because Mike Evans is hurt and he will not be playing, and I think that's been a real safety valve for Baker Mayfield throughout his first 3 games. I think Jalen Hurts is going to play very well. I think Saquon Barkley is going to play very well. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. That defense is just incredible. So I think they're going to win again in their Eagles type way. It's going to be a low scoring game. They might even be 20. It's probably going to be in the 20s, but I just believe that Eagles are going to be able to go on the road and secure this win, and they're going to stake their claim as the best team in the NFC. But I think it's going to be a well fought out game. But like I said, missing Mike Evans. Mike Evans I call these guys safety valves. They're guys that play for many years in this league because they know where to be and they know how to run routes and they know how to be there for their quarterback, and they come up with big plays over and over again. I call Travis Kelce a safety valve over there in Kansas City. The same thing is for Mike Evans. But I think Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, those 4 guys are just absolutely playing at a very high caliber, no matter what the stats actually say. The next game we got is the Baltimore Ravens versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Now this is going. I hate that this game is coming actually at this point of time in the season. It's actually week 4, and I'm a little upset that it's week 4, and both of these teams are 1-2, and these are still probably the top 2 quarterbacks in the league. Josh Allen is right outside of that. I think Patty Mahomes and Lamar Jackson are still the 2 best quarterbacks in the league. And one of them is going to have a very, very, very big hole to climb out of after this game. I don't want that for Lamar, because they came into this game and many people picked them to win the Super Bowl. I do not want that for Lamar. And look at Lamar's stats again. I mean, his stats are he has MVP numbers again. I mean, Lamar Jackson, 54 for 75, 9 touchdowns, 722 passing yards. You have Derrick Henry, 41 carry, 3 touchdowns, 242 rushing yards. I mean, the numbers are crazy and off the charts. We got Kansas City, Patty Mahomes, 62 for 105, 669 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. And then it looks like Patty Mahomes also leading the team in rushing, which is crazy, at 125. Tyquan Thornton, 9 receptions, 2 touchdowns, 171 receiving yards. I still feel like Ravens are just a better team all around. As long as they don't shoot themselves in the foot like they've been doing against Detroit, against the Bills. So I am going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. I just think they are the better team. I think Lamar Jackson will have a great bounce back game. I feel so sorry that the Patty Mahomes has to go 1-3 through week 4. But I think they're going to figure it out late. I still think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to figure things out a little bit late when they get Xavier Worthy back. Let's move on to the Sunday night game. Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday night in Dallas. And nothing is better. Nothing is better than a Sunday night game with the Dallas Cowboys playing. Don't that feel right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really asking y'all, like, don't that feel right? Like a Sunday night game. To be honest with you, see, I'm from Virginia. A Sunday night game with the Washington Commanders, or we used to call them the Redskins, the Washington Commanders versus Dallas Cowboys. That's like, to me, that's like the best Sunday night game you can get. That's the best Sunday night game you can get. Because I know one thing for sure, that all those guys working down at the shipyard are going to be arguing and fighting with each other come Monday. But this is the Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. I am going to go with the Green Bay Packers. CeeDee Lamb is out, and Dak Prescott is having a really good year. 90 completions for 126 attempts, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 800 yards. I just don't think that Dallas Cowboys are that good. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to have trouble. And even all of the hoopla and all of the magic that is the Dallas Cowboys on a Sunday night in the AT&T Stadium, I still believe that the Green Bay Packers are absolutely a better ball club. Now, the Green Bay Packers, they played against the Cleveland Browns last week, and they only put up, 10 points. That Cleveland Browns defense is awesome. And the thing about the Cleveland Browns defense is that if Cleveland would just knock it off and move off of Joe Flacco and get Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders in there to actually play, Cleveland Browns might be a playoff team. I think Green Bay went on the road and they faced a defense that's very tough to win against, and they lost the game. Sometimes you lose in the NFL. That's part of it. But Jordan Love is going to have to start getting some wins on the road this year, and there's no better time to do it than right now. First 2 games, he was at home. You know what I'm saying? So he has to go ahead and get this win on the road. I just think they're going to outplay Dallas. I think they're going to beat Dallas maybe a little easy. I ain't going to say easy. I'm just going to say I think Dallas is going to put up some points, but I think that Green Bay Packers is going to have a really great day. And Parsons is going to get kind of the last laugh in this situation. We will talk more about this game a little bit later. Then we have on Monday, we have the New York Jets versus the Miami Dolphins. There's a couple games on Monday. The New York Jets, the New York Jets against the Miami Dolphins. Now, right now they have Tyrod Taylor. Looks like Tyrod Taylor may be starting. Justin Fields, I think I've seen some news that he is actually practicing or moving around or doing something of that nature. I will maybe get y'all some more news, some updated news on that. But it looks like Tyrod Taylor is right now the projected starter. 33 for 47, 3 touchdowns, 1 INT. That's 253. Tyrod Taylor from Virginia, really good quarterback. Been a backup a lot of times in this league, but has been a starter and led teams to the playoffs, including the Bills. The Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, 575 passing yards, 62 for 89, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. The Dolphins is a really good team, but they shoot themselves in the foot all the time. Remember last week with the Bills, they were right there with them. Then you had a roughing the kicker. Then you had an interception. Tua can't keep turning the ball over with 4 interceptions this early in the year. He can't keep turning the ball over. So I think with the Jets, it's going to be if the Jets can hang with the Miami Dolphins, if they can hang with the Miami Dolphins, then I think that they could actually pull it off. They could actually pull off a win if they hang with them long enough. But Dolphins have the opportunity to be a little bit explosive. They have the opportunity to be explosive, and I think that if Tua can get Tyreek Hill on something long, 30 or 40 yard touchdown pass, things of that nature, Dolphins can walk away with it. But I think that with Aaron Glenn as their coach, I think they're actually at the level right now where they are ready to win. Hold on one second. Guys. Get some text messages real quick. Hold on one second. This is what happens when you start recording. Everybody start hitting you up. Okay. So I think it's time. I think the Dolphins can walk away with it, but I think it's time for the Jets to start winning. So I'm going to pick the Jets in this game against the Dolphins. Now we have the second game. So make sure you understand that there are two Monday night games this week. And you have the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Broncos. If I was the Cincinnati Bengals, I would. I'm not even playing with you. If I was the Cincinnati Bengals, I would trade for Shedeur Sanders right now, and I would just let him play the rest of the year. The Browning kid is just. I mean, he's played 2 games, and he has 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I mean, Jamar Chase has 21 receptions, 1 touchdown. The Bengals, they're probably not even going to score over 10 points for the foreseeable future. I feel really bad for Jamar Chase because this is going to be a really down year for him. Like I said, if I was the Bengals, I would not just punt on this year like this. I would go get somebody who can, try to get us some games or at least invigorate some sort of spirit into our team. Bo Nix is playing decent. You know what I'm saying? Nothing off the chart. He's playing decent, but I'm going with the Denver Broncos, and I'm going with them actually big. You know what I'm saying? Probably win by somewhere between 15 and 20 points. I could see something like 24-10 or 30-10 or something like that. And Bo Nix probably going to have a big day and a lot of opportunities with the Bengals punting all the time. So, so make sure you remember that there's 2 games this Monday on Monday night. Okay, so just resetting the room. My name is Sid Linus once again. This is a fan-based audio room. We always record the previews on Thursday. We record the recaps on Tuesdays. Make sure you download the Fanbase app and make sure that you join the campvirtue.news or you follow Sid Linus. So you will be able to be notified every time that we go live and do our live recordings in the Fanbase audio room. Make sure you also go to virtue.news. Virtue.news is the best online publication of news in America right now today. Top 5 power rankings of the top 5 best teams. This is a running list, and we're going to just keep it going. So right now in NFL, I got number 5, I got the Buccaneers. Coming in at number 4, I got the Detroit Lions. Coming in number 3, I got the Chargers. Number 2, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. And number 1, I got the Buffalo Bills. Those are my top 5 teams in the league right now. You know, if the 49ers can get a win, this week, maybe we'll see the 49ers. You know, maybe, just maybe we'll see the 49ers show up, and we'll see the 49ers go ahead and get a win. We will see. And if they get a win, they go 4-0. I'm sorry, I might have to go ahead and throw them in my top 5 teams, whether I believe they're the top 5 teams or not. I'm just going to be honest with you. You got to ride for your team. Okay, so speaking about Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is a big topic right now. Jerry Jones is refusing. You know, there's a thing in sports where When a star gets traded or leaves and goes to another team, his first time back to the city from which he got traded from, he gets a tribute video or some sort of tribute to him. Just saying thank you for your work and thank you for everything that you've done for our franchise. But Jerry Jones is refusing to give Micah Parsons a tribute as he comes back to Dallas or AT&T Stadium Sunday night while he plays for the Green Bay Packers. Now we know that Micah Parsons was a long time Dallas Cowboys defensive star. So this is written by ESPN. No tribute, no problem. That's how Micah Parsons said he feels about his former team not doing anything to recognize his return to Dallas as a member of the Green Bay Packers to play his old team, the Cowboys, on Sunday night. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said that this week that the team has no plans to honor Parsons, who played 4 seasons for the Cowboys before he was traded to the Packers shortly before the season following a contract dispute. There's a lot of things I can consider disrespectful throughout this process, but I wouldn't try to say the tribute is one of them, Parsons said Wednesday. I would say I just think there's hard feelings maybe there for them. But for me, I'm happy where I'm at, and we got a really good football team, so I guess I can receive my tribute in a win, I hope. Parsons also said he's not concerned about how he will be received by Cowboy fans. I think Dallas loves me, Parsons said. I think they're going to give me a good run of applause. There's no hard feelings there, at least from me, and I think it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a great atmosphere. My perspective on the situation is that if I was Jerry Jones, I would not give Micah Parsons a tribute either. And sometimes it just could be too fresh of a situation. You know what I'm saying? And when they say there's no hard feelings, there is hard feelings. I think both sides probably felt disrespected, but I also believe that Jerry Jones thought, hey, I'm offering you more money than any other player outside of quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Do I personally believe that Micah Parsons just wanted to be out of Dallas? Yeah. I think he just wanted to be out of Dallas, and I think that hurts when people don't want to play in Dallas anymore. That hurts Jerry Jones, especially Jerry Jones, who a lot of times he becomes very, very emotionally tied to a lot of his players. When guys don't want to play for him no more, especially in the prime of their career, I think he takes that as disrespect. And so for that, I think there's very hard feelings on both sides, no matter what either one of them says. And I think it's too early for a tribute. The trade just happened. And I think it's too early. No tribute. I think Jerry Jones is making the right decision. Some years down the line when everything has calmed down, maybe. But I think right now, they are too busy competing on who will win this game and who won the trade. Excuse me. That's what's going on right now. Both of these teams are still competing on who won the trade. And so, with that being said, there's not going to be no tribute. There's not going to be no handshakes, no, we are competing. This is the National Football League. And so I'm in agreement with Jerry Jones. May the best man win. And then the new era of Giants football has started. Did it start a little bit earlier than expected? Maybe a few weeks, but I would have said about week 6 that I thought Jaxson Dart would be playing. Russell Wilson has definitely seen his better days. It's time for Russell Wilson to accept the fact that he's no longer a starter in this league. Very, very, very low ceiling when he's the quarterback of your offense. And I think it's time to move on to Jaxson Dart. And I think it's time to play Jaxson Dart through the whole season. No matter how bad he plays, keep him in there. And let him work his way out. Now, Brian Daboll said that this was his decision. And it's a decision that I agree with. So we are going to see exactly what Jaxson Dart is all about. Remember, he was the 3rd ranked quarterback in the draft, and then he moved up and was the 2nd ranked quarterback in the draft over Shador. And it turned out Shador fell behind a few other quarterbacks. But Jaxson Dart is somebody that the New York Giant fan base is very excited and hyped up about. And Brian Daboll, which we got to understand, he's on the hot seat. He doesn't want to be a coach who drafted a quarterback but never got the chance to actually play him and try to work with him. And Brian Daboll is supposed to be the quarterback whisperer. So I think this is a good look. And I think even if you lose games, you're actually moving into the right direction instead of just delaying the inevitable. Just like out there in Cleveland, they just are delaying the inevitable. Some way, somehow, the Cleveland Browns are going to have to play Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders. It's inevitable, right? But they are delaying it. So if they lose again, if they lose this week, and they surprised many, the whole NFL with getting a win against Green Bay. But if they lose and they keep losing, they start off 1-5. At some point, the fan base is going to be like, "Yo, we go ahead and do what you got to do." And I think that's where New York. Everything has happened faster in New York, and I think that's where New York was at. They wanted to go ahead and get rid of Russell Wilson, and it just didn't. The optics didn't look well when he threw that ball in the back of the end zone at the end of the game against the Chiefs, with no receivers in sight. So congratulations to Jaxson Dart. We will see how everything goes, but if I'm going to tell you, if Jaxson Dart doesn't look good and the New York Giants continue to lose, I'm pretty sure that Brian Daboll will be out of there by year's end. So thank you guys for tuning in. That is the Week 4 preview show. You guys let me know what you think. You guys make sure that you follow me. This will be on wherever podcasts are found. This will also be on YouTube. You can also check out all of my shorts, all of my flicks. They are on Instagram. They're on Fanbase. They are on YouTube. They're everywhere. Twitter. Follow me everywhere at Cedlinus, Cedlinus. And the show is called Virtue.News Sports Show. And I will talk to you guys next week for the Week 4 recap. All right, peace.